bench and do something against Manchester United. So I think it's a very exciting signing. I think it's a very positive signing. You know, what I like about what Arsenal are doing at the moment is they're buying players that are going to suit what they're looking to do, suits the system. And Mykhailo Mudryk, to me, is a very, very exciting signing. De Zerbi, his previous manager, who's now at Brighton, the previous manager of Shakhtar, said that he sees him as a future Ballon d'Or winner. Listen, let's not get carried away. He's going to have a lot to live up to. Imagine the fans going down to the Emirates Stadium next week, absolutely buzzing because they want to see Mudryk, you know, possibly come off the bench and do something against Manchester United. So I think it's a very exciting signing.
Then they had this meeting in person to discuss in the last 24 hours about the fee, but they already knew that coming there and offering 100 million package was the way to sign Mudryk in few hours. Hey guys, welcome back on the channel. Fabrizio Romano here with the breaking news of the day, the exclusive news of the day, Mykhailo Mudryk to Chelsea. And now guys, let's enter into the details of the story because it's done. Mykhailo Mudryk will play for Chelsea. Let's jump into it. And so guys, we can say Mykhailo Mudryk to Chelsea, here we go. The deal is now done and completed. Everything is fine on club side because Chelsea and Shakhtar Donetsk have an agreement, but also on player side on a long-term contract. So let's enter into the details of this crazy 24 hours. I will give you an exclusive video tomorrow to explain you all the details of this story, all the secrets of this story, also to answer some of your questions as I saw many messages on social media, so I wanted to clarify something, but now it's important to give you the news. Mykhailo Mudryk is in London right now. The player is in London with his agents, flying from Turkey to London in order to get the contract signed and to do his medical on Sunday. So medical booked, contracts ready. The contract of Mykhailo Mudryk with Chelsea will be valid until June 2030. So a super long contract, 7 years and a half. The same Chelsea did with Benoit Badiashile from Monaco. Now will be for Mykhailo Mudryk. So contract ready and agreed. Also important to mention, between Chelsea and Shakhtar, the fee will be 100 million euros. If you want me to tell you a small secret, is 99.9 to be 100% precise, but of course the reality is 100 million euros for Mykhailo Mudryk from Shakhtar Donetsk to Chelsea. What happens in the last 24 hours? That Chelsea board, Chelsea owners and board were flying to meet directly with Shakhtar to negotiate, as exclusively revealed during the afternoon, and so the negotiation was very fast because Chelsea, after meeting with Shakhtar director Dario Serna last week in London during a Chelsea City game, then they had this meeting in person to discuss in the last 24 hours about the fee, but they already knew that coming there and offering 100 million package was the way to sign Mudryk in few hours. So full agreement really fast between Chelsea and Shakhtar on the fee, and right after they started to push on player side with the meeting with the agents of the player. The meeting was not easy because we know that Mudryk priority was Arsenal. Mudryk wanted Arsenal as priority move. Mudryk was dreaming of Arsenal as club for his future, but what happened? Chelsea started to present their project for the future. Chelsea started to tell him about the possibility to be a starter in the starting 11 of Potter immediately, right now. And so we know that Shakhtar and Chelsea spoke for a long time. Shakhtar and Arsenal spoke for a long time also about the official bid. They made a third bid, Arsenal, on Thursday. 70 million euros plus 25 in add-ons. But what happened with Chelsea is that after the agreement between clubs, in this meeting during Saturday afternoon with the agents of the player, they convinced him, thanks to the project of course, but also thanks to important money, important salary to Mykhailo Mudryk, and also important commission to the agent. So this is Chelsea, how they agreed on player side, but also the agreement on club side to be really, really fast. So Chelsea promised to Mudryk to be part of the starting 11 immediately, to be a really important player immediately for Chelsea. And also, why Mudryk said yes is not just about all the things you can see around, but there is an important factor. For Shakhtar, the bid was 100 million. They were only going to accept 100 million euros. So Arsenal were not going to offer guaranteed 100 million euros, but less than this, 70 plus 25 in add-ons, and add-ons are not always easy. So the Chelsea one is almost guaranteed 100 million euros, and so Shakhtar told the player, if you don't accept Chelsea and Arsenal don't match the bid, the only way is for you to stay here and move in the summer. So Mudryk, instead of staying at Shakhtar 6 more months, he decided to accept Chelsea because he knew that Arsenal were only offering what they did as their best. But on this Arsenal story, I will release another video tomorrow to explain you what really happened. And so, Mudryk to Chelsea. Here we go. And so guys,
AFTV Transfer Daily Extra. Breaking news, and that is all about Mykhailo Mudryk. I've been talking about this deal for days, well, weeks, since the transfer window opened. Arsenal's #1 target to sign this January was Mykhailo Mudryk, the left winger who plays for Shakhtar Donetsk. If you would have watched my show this morning, I was talking about how Edu was had flown over to Poland to speak to the representatives of Shakhtar to get the deal done. It was all but done. It was all but wrapped up. Arsenal had agreed to pay a whopping 95 million euros. And then this evening, the news broke out of the blue. It was Fabrizio Romano, the journalist who broke it first, with exclusive news that Chelsea had come in and had attempted to hijack the deal. They were over in Turkey, had gone direct to the Shakhtar and attempting to hijack the deal. And then a little bit after that, both Fabrizio Romano and David Ornstein confirming that they had indeed struck a deal with Shakhtar Donetsk to pay Shakhtar 100 million euros, which is 5 million more than what Arsenal were looking to pay. But I think the big difference between their deal and Arsenal's deal is that they were offering to pay the bulk of the money, 70 million of it, up front, quick. That would be paid to them very quickly, no sort of stage deal. And they also put forward a better deal for the add-ons as well. Now, that was put forward, but it's still down to the player to decide where he wants to go. Obviously, Shakhtar are going to, they're going to accept the higher bid. They don't care where he goes. As far as Shakhtar Donetsk are concerned, they want as much money as they possibly can get for the deal, and who wouldn't? If it was Arsenal, we'd want them to do exactly the same thing. However, I think, a lot of Arsenal fans are thinking to themselves, well, surely with all the stuff that he's been doing over the past couple of weeks, where he's basically been twerking to get a move to Arsenal, surely he's going to turn them down and say, no, my heart is set on Arsenal. But no, we are hearing the news now that he has agreed to join Chelsea. He's flying from Turkey to the UK to do a medical and will be unveiled as a Chelsea player. Unbelievable news. The deal has basically been hijacked, and Mykhailo Mudryk, who is the #1 target for Arsenal this January, without a doubt, is going to join Chelsea. Want to find out what you guys think of this? Please let me know in the comments right now what you make of this. But it's shocking news for Arsenal. After what's been a good day, Manchester United beating Man City. We know that tomorrow now, when we play Tottenham, if we win that game, we go 8 points ahead of Manchester City. So it's looking like a great day. But this news, whichever way you want to dress it up, is quite devastating news for Arsenal. I think there'll be a lot of Arsenal fans out there. Well, I don't even have to say, I know, because so many of them have been getting in contact with me. They're devastated by this. And some of them are quite angry as well, saying, how have we allowed this to happen? How have we allowed Chelsea to come in and gazump us on this deal? Now, let me just, in defence right now of Arsenal and of Edu and Mikel Arteta and all the guys who will do these transfer dealings, this looks like it's boiled down to just pure money, right? And you've got to have a limit. And we've been told right from the start that Arsenal have got their limit. that they want to go to, and they're not going to go over that. Remember, it started off at Arsenal were hoping to get this wrapped up for around about 45 million. Then it went up and up and up and up. And a lot of that's to do with Chelsea coming in and offering to pay their age. Remember, it was 88 million. And now it's gone up to 100 million. And I think Arsenal have obviously just said to themselves, we're not going any higher than this. And there's two things at play here. It's not just the fee. It's the wages that the player's going to get. Now, remember, Mykhailo Mudryk is a young player. He's 22. I don't know what the wages would have been. None of us are privy to that. I've not seen any of the journalists sort of say what the wages would be, although I've heard suggestions of he was going to get 35, 40 grand a week. But what if Chelsea, which this is what I think has happened, have come in and blown the wages that Arsenal were going to pay out of the water, you know? Then the player's probably thinking to himself, well, wow, for those wages, I'd be a fool to turn it down. I'm going to have to join Chelsea. So, I mean, what does it do for Mudryk? I don't think he knows what he's in for from Arsenal fans. He may get a lot of plaudits from Chelsea fans right now for, you know, going to them. But Arsenal fans are going to give it to him every time he plays Arsenal. That's for sure. And what does it say about his ambition as well, Mudryk? You know what I mean? Arsenal at the moment, top of the league, flying, great project, a club on an upward trajectory. And you're going to go to Chelsea, a club that is in the mud right now, 10th place, turmoil at the club. You don't even know if the manager will survive the season, and that is where you've chosen to go. Personally, this is my thoughts on it. This is my personal thoughts on it. I am very disappointed that we've missed out on the target, because we do need a forward player. We do need a player that can play out wide. You know, I've been saying before the window even opened, we need that type of player. They obviously identified Mudryk. Brilliant. It was going to be great. But personally, it boils down to if he doesn't want to come. It's a bit like Vlahovic last, you know, and it's almost like Vlahovic all over again, because remember, we were going in for Vlahovic. Juventus gazumped us on that one. We were going in for Rafinha. Chelsea gazumped us. Then, you know, they got the gazump themselves by Barcelona. But personally on this one, I feel like this. If Mykhailo Mudryk wants to join Chelsea, let him join Chelsea. You know, let him join Chelsea. And Arsenal do have to have a ceilings on signings. And he's not the only player in the world. Arsenal now need to go and turn their attentions to other targets this transfer window.